Now there's this new empty space in your life. And then what is it that comes and fills that space? Because law of the vacuum is, as they say in Kundalini Yoga, law of the vacuum is there's no vacuum. So wherever there's empty space, something has to come and fill that. So that type of, like when we feel grief, for instance, we've lost somebody that we loved. Maybe through death, or maybe just a relationship ending or whatever. Now there's this new empty space in your life. And then what is it that comes and fills that space? Because law of the vacuum is, as they say in Kundalini Yoga, law of the vacuum is there's no vacuum. So wherever there's empty space, something has to come and fill that. Which is why the process of really consciously grieving is real, and mindfully grieving, and leaning into grieving, and singing and crying and doing whatever we need to do to really allow the heart to express itself in the healthy containers, and the way, in healthy meaning we feel safe to do so. Spaces in which we feel safe to do so. That's why rituals are so nice, because rituals create safe space to work with your energy. And so if you even put rituals around your grieving, then that can even be, really, really helpful. Because it's an act of self-love. It's so important for me to allow myself to express this in this way. It has the importance of being ritualized. It's quite a thing. It's quite a beautiful thing. But in any case, that helps to fill the space with positive energy. Because also what can happen if we can get stuck in grief. If our energy if that energy isn't transmuted into great love. Because sometimes, for instance, my grandmother, I watched, just even as a young person, my uncle, her son passed away when he was quite young, like an adult, but quite young. And for a child to go before the parent is an impossibly difficult thing. And I don't think she was ever the same. And she lived many decades later, and I don't think she was quite ever the same. And understandably so. But this is why it's so important to be working with these things and to be aware. That's called awareness. Is that part of awareness is knowing that this all ends, and therefore of supreme importance is me staying connected to whatever it is that doesn't end. And love is something that doesn't end. And so I love the phrase that all emotion is energy in motion endeavoring to become love. It's like all the rivers flow to the same ocean. And so if we can begin to experience even the very difficult emotions like depression and sadness and all of that, and grief, if we can also begin to experience these as although in one context you could call them negative because they're difficult, they're not ultimately negative. We can experience them as the energy of life that is helping to open up our hearts and give us a true experience of ourselves and allow us to meet our true reality, our true nature, which is beyond what we can comprehend in this current field of awareness. And this is the tantric way of looking at things, is that everything is there to open you up. Everything that is happening, the good, the bad, the ugly, Everything is happening in order to open up the experience of love, to have the experience of greater and greater blissfulness, greater and greater compassion, greater and greater love, and greater wonder, which over and over for me becomes the main ingredient, is wonder. Is wonder because there's no way that I can comprehend quite what this is. And so therefore, I'll give the mind a rest. I'll vibrate the sounds. I'll put the body and the breath and the brain and the mind together in a synchronized rhythm. I'll concentrate my prana into my body and my nervous system. I'll bring myself into the space where I can feel my inner vitality, and then bring the mind into its meditative equilibrium. And from that space, I can create my reality. Because I can choose how I'm going to actually interact with my life. And therefore I can choose the joyful perspective. I can choose I can choose to act and make my decisions out of love versus making my decisions out of fearing.
Hey, thanks for watching on YouTube. Best easy way to stay in touch with us. Hit the subscribe button here. You'll see our videos when they come up. If you enjoyed this one, hit the like button. It'll help more people see it, help the channel grow. I appreciate you watching.